Veteran, you okay? Why not? What's going on, man? You've been kind of down lately. What's on your mind?
Why can't I get any of these right?
Well, happens sometimes. Just be better, I guess.
Every time! Every fucking time!
Tragedy. Truly. But hey.
Today, we will get one right. We'll get one. Even if it's just... I'll take one game. I don't have to get the whole set. Just one game. And I'm good. And I'm good. Just one. Can I do that, Levishing? Can we get that just one today?
You know, it remains to be seen. But I will let you know that I have zero faith in you, so probably not. That's okay. But I'm sure, you know, you're a smart guy, maybe, hopefully, so you'll figure it out. Probably not, though. It's okay.
I can only hope.
And that's all we really can do, right? But hey, to all of you out there, I mean, I hope you will get your predictions right, and like maybe you too can be and grow up to be as smart as Veteran one day. But sorry, I'm sure you'll get your predictions right one of these days too, right? Or not? But I'm assuming you're doing better than he is, at least.
I think so. I mean, it's not a very high bar to get over, but I think I'm doing good.
Well, I hope you're feeling good because I'm feeling good, and I hope you guys are all feeling good because today is the quarterfinals. So let's see what we have in store for you today. I hope you guys are ready.
Dishing out the damage on the turret. Over the side goes Yukino. They look for the fight. That's a big engage. And the final chapter. I think it's the end of the book on this game. Down goes Eclipse and everyone but Gorica. Never mind as Doxa takes him down.
Two members rooted up, and now Baco wants to engage, but a nice flash out from Raheen, and Baco will fall first. Raheen will be the next to follow here, but now Perry is trapped underneath the tower. Draco dashes in with 1 HP and takes down Minway, and now 300. They have the numbers advantage of the health bars, maybe not on their side. A triple kill in for Town, and now Leo will fall as well, potentially. Aaron gonna try to lock down the autos. Leo is trying to turn it. He gets the double, and finally Town finishes it off.
Bottom side, and he's looking for another gank right now. No flashes. Oh, wow.
Caught on the ward, but he's just gonna flash forward. Deep Learning is so low, and that is first blood picked up for the young jungler of Jake's Kittens, and that's a double as well.
Points you just straight up hard carry.
Yeah, certainly Young is going to be more of a facilitator this game. Zamudo looking for a kill.
Topple to scorch the flames, burn him alive. What a play! The ignite.
Might need to come into this. The chase down's going to happen here.
Just going.
The Cyclone. Ayakura going to get isolated from the rest of the team, and I don't know. Without a flash, you are going absolutely nowhere. The CC chain is huge. The double kill for Faisal. They set it up, and keep your eyes on Eclipse. He's trying for the last second play. City Witty is keeping them. There's nobody in the base. It's on to the Nexus.
Wait,
they
he
win
actually
the
does
fight,
it. He's going to do it.
They're going to lose the game. Eclipse is going to do it. Knows exactly what is happening here. Gonna come down to the smite fight into the pit. He goes.
Oh,
and
he can't
I
do
don't
it.
think he can get it. It's gonna get secured up the hostile.
Oh, APA,
It
APA.
might be aggro, but it doesn't matter. Meanwhile, in the mid, they're going for the back door. The second time today. We're seeing it, and I do believe Maryville can take the Nexus for the win.
Oh my god. Bit of extra damage, you get a lot of extra gold.
Ooh, dash
Sniper.
searing charge.
He's in a lot of trouble.
Oh, yeah, a lot. I don't know what he's going to do to try and get the outplay here. They don't want to aggro it, and my goodness, he's actually even able to get the knock-up on this one, and dashing and diving and dodging. Oh! He gets away with it! Sniper! And now the follow-through for Fnatic. It's 2 free.
Sheesh! What a...
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are ready after the awesome video for the quarterfinals right here on PGCQ. All right, we'll be your host, Rapture Graphics, most Rapture Man on the internet. Joined here by my side by the man. You know what? Although you can't get your predictions right, you know what you are, though, veteran. You know what you are, man. You're a World semi-finalist. You're the only undefeated coach in Challenger Series, and you are Europe itself. Welcome to the desk. Of course, we have Solari as well. Hi. Oh, yep, that's all good. But let me go around with you, veteran. How you feeling after all that?
Feeling good, feeling good, feeling good. I'm in the zone now, you know. I've got my predictions. I'm not backing down on the spicy ones as well. I got some spicy ones for later today.
Well, I mean, I do enjoy some spices as an Indian man myself. But what's up?
Yeah, I mean, we have some very spicy matchups. Very, very strong matchups, very strong teams. So you're in the right place. You're in the right place.
I cannot wait. I can already feel my mouth tingling. On the other end, though, Solari, how you feeling?
I'm feeling real good. I'm excited for these games. We got 2 really fun series. I'm so excited to see how they go, see what happens.
I mean, are you also in the whole spicy matchup train, or do you perhaps want things more watered down? Maybe get some milk on the side.
I think my thoughts for the series are pretty watered down, not super spicy. So, but I think it's pretty. I don't think it'll be surprising what I predict.
Well, I mean, I don't, you know what, maybe so, at least for our first series of the day, but we'll get into that a little bit later because if you guys haven't seen already, this entire PGCQ tournament has run for quite a fair bit. Of course, too, we're all in for the quarterfinals. These teams have been battling it out almost the entire month to have a chance, a shot of making it to Proving Grounds, and so far they're making a phenomenal case for it, especially the teams that we've seen today. Though I didn't want to pick your brain a little bit, Solari, though, considering what we've seen so far in PGCQ. How do you find that the level of talent has just evolved throughout the entire season?
Legitimately, every week, every 2 weeks of games, they just get better. Like starting all the way back from the start of the year, everything's just gotten better progressively. There hasn't been any stagnation. Everyone's just improving and giving crazy good games. It's good stuff.
Indeed, in general, and veteran on your end too. I find when you're able to take a quick look on the eye of talent as well, do you find that there are more and more stars appearing on your eyes this season, especially?
I mean, what's really amazing is that when you see a team that you think is finally like reaching their peak, another team just comes and completely obliterates them, and then suddenly you have to rewrite the whole thing. Like we saw this with 300, for example. They look like an incredibly strong team, easily favorites, and it's not like they looked bad in their performance. Leo, in fact, was like complete 1v9ing, but it wasn't enough. They were able to drop. We saw this from CLG Faith, and they bought Lol Pally, and it's like, oh, this was the missing link. Now they're playing as a 5-man team, and then, you know, it's TVA against EG, not them. So every time we think these guys have gotten as good as they can, you know, someone comes along and shows, no. The talent pool is deep here. It just keeps getting better and better. And, you know, whenever you think that they've gotten to their peak, no. There's a lot more across.
And as you see already, you have to expect the unexpected when you're in for PGCQ. So why don't we take a quick look at our groups for today as well, but with Group A and Group B, as we have things breaking down for now. The bracket so far has been kind of wild considering what we've seen, and I gotta say some results like we were already saying I did not predict. For example, Chase Kittens are quite solid, and Maryville as well drop into Cincinnati here recently. I know that caught me off guard. So Solari, I want to come to you first. Did any of these results really just stole you out of your chair?
Honestly, Maryville took me by the biggest, like a huge surprise. I didn't think they would drop at all. I have no clue. No thoughts other than I didn't see that coming.
Same. I know many of us did not too, but veteran, as a person who sees the future, I'm sure you must have realized what was going to go down, no?
Well, I did end up betting on Maryville, but I did definitely say before that. It's all on record that actually I was quite worried for them there, because Cincinnati Fear, when they took a game from them in their previous series, they did so in situations where they were perhaps not playing as grouped as they could have been. They were being isolated. They were playing a bit in, you could say, a fatigued state, which they were coming in. Maryville came into that set off of a lot of games in multiple other tournaments. They were a very worn down team, and they were much more prone to making mistakes that Cincinnati Fear could capitalize on, since they were a very all-in team. So it was something you could see happening. I didn't bet on it, but it's definitely something you could see happening. And it, you know, we ended up getting some more heroes from there. Sketch had an incredible performance all over the series, right? Like we were saying, once you think that they've hit a level, no. They keep going up.
And as things continue to rise as well, we should also look at the other bracket for Group C and D and how they've also shaped up as well. Because I know the teams from here are a lot of the ones that we're looking at today. And I think a lot of the results, personally, I did expect, especially with Team Bending getting this far. But Veteran, to go back to you again, you know, did you bet right on any of these or no?
Man, like I bet on 300 against CLG Faith, and Leo even looked like he'd take it home at points, and CLG Faith beat down. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm on the train. The way CLG Faith improved also should have made them a good matchup in the TBA, and TBA were like, you know what? We'll just meet you exactly there, and oh, turns out we're just better at these points. So I guess I joined the church very briefly of CLG Faith between their win and their loss, and immediately was punished for that. But you know, you live and you learn.
Imagine...
Yeah, there's me. There's me learning and, you know, still living. Just to suffer.
Well, you know what? We must all suffer sometime. That's awesome. But hopefully you learned enough today to be able to adapt the ball slower. Surely you must have gotten some of these right, no?
Today is the day.
I'm with Veteran on this one. I didn't get very much right in this group. In these two groups, it's been bad.
What? Yo, amigos, come on now. You know what? I expect better of you all today. And you would talk about raising the bar all day for the players. I need y'all to raise the bar for yourself.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and raise more air strands as well, because today, with the playoffs that we have, this is where it all starts. I'm expecting perfect runs from all of you. I know some of these teams you definitely expect. And today, of course, within on this stream, we'll be having that first matchup along with the one all the way at the very bottom. But AoE, of course, that AoE matchup is something that I'm also paying attention very closely to. Who's going to win that civil war as you break down what we're in for today, Veteran?
Hey, Geo Kingdom all the way for me there, all right? You know, my boys have let me down every time I've been on the desk for them, but the Geo Kingdom will actually succeed this time, all right? So for me, it's AoE Ginger Turmerics in that particular matchup.
Ooh, all right, I like that. So, you know, maybe we can go ahead and double dip on both streams, so perhaps you guys can get your numbers up a little bit. That would be kind of nice. So, Slary, what do you got for me on that? Just to go ahead, double dip real quick.
Pardon?
What do you got for me in terms of being able to look at the other stream and seeing what you're expecting out of those matchups?
I don't know. Those two matchups I genuinely could not predict. I'm really glad I'm not at that stream because I can't predict those matchups. I think it could be literally anything.
That's crazy. This is why you guys' numbers are so low. Gotta be decisive with all this stuff.
No. I have to slide back in there, right? So long as anything means that Prismal is gonna face roll and take it all, then I agree, right? Jake's Kittens all the way. Jake's Kittens are my favorite team at the start, and I never got on the desk with them. So if you're gonna give me the chance, Ravishing, I'm predicting it right now, all right? Don't let me down, Prismal, all right? Jake's Kittens for the win.
Y'all go ahead and quarter right here. Face roll and take it off. That's the way you win League of Legends. That's it. So, but let's bring it back down a little bit to what we have for us today. Because right at the top of the show, we are going to be looking at 100 Thieves versus Taco Gaming. So let's start off with your thoughts on these two. Veteran, I'll come to you first on this because I know you have some strong opinions aside from face rolling.
I mean, for me, the matchup essentially comes down to Taco Gaming's jungle system. They're in the early phase, they play very much as like separate individual lanes with a jungler who pretty much power farms to be strong in skirmishes later on. But these isolated scenarios demand a lot from their individual laners, and their individual laners aren't horrible. Like, they can actually deal with that pressure. Eclipse is one of the most aggressive players I've seen, actually. He seems to be letting some anger out every time he sees his enemy opponent, which is good, because on the other side, you have General Sniper, right? And for me, the question is the more group manner that 100 Thieves likes to play the game, particularly when it comes to Fnatic, right? And his completely different view of early game jungle style. To City Waddy on the enemy team. Is that going to be the big difference maker here? Are they just going to play heavily through General Sniper, punish Eclipse's aggression, and punish them for not trying to make things happen early in the game?
And Solar, you are looking at these counter strats as well, which Veteran is producing in terms of Heart of Thieves. I find that, you know, the way they've evolved as well has been really fun to see, but there is more on the map for both of these teams. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. I mean, outside of top lane, I think mid lane and bot lane matchups will be interesting to watch, because I think both Lens can perform. I think Gorica can perform. Both Sword and Rovex are really good players as well. I think given a lead, any of the lanes can take over. I think mid lane will be interesting to watch. I think both players work very well in the team. So I'm excited to see how it works out. If it's all going to be top lane centric, a battle between the junglers, see what happens up there, or if it'll be closer to bot lane. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and actually dive a bit more into that mid lane matchup, right? Because you were mentioning about how they have the potential to be able to possibly take over the game. And specifically, I know one player that you were looking at was Ayakura.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think Ayakura is a crazy good player. They've improved immensely over the last year. I wouldn't say they're top of the pack in this tournament, but I think they're really, really solid. And given the resources, I think they can support the team, bring them together, and pull out the win.
Was definitely so. And Veteran, your thoughts as well on this whole Ayakura versus Darkwings matchup as well?
I mean, I like isolating that one, actually, because I didn't have that much expectations of 100 Thieves outside of Sniper, but Darkwings was actually impressing me. So I definitely underrated that guy. We're talking about players who are leveling up. He is definitely one of them. It'll be really interesting to see how he matches up against Ayakura. They both have a lot to prove here. And maybe we end up with a matchup that won't just be about that aggressive topside play.
I'm generally hoping not, right? Because we've seen so far that both these teams have a lot to offer in terms of how they break down their actual lanes. I know Darkwings was a person that we were looking at as well who has scaled incrementally so throughout the past year. And Ayakura, their champion pool, is something we highlighted before. The Veigar play specifically, Solaria, and which has been banned out so consistently against them, is something to definitely fear.
Absolutely. I mean, they play mages incredibly well. Some of their control mages are crazy good, but their champ pool is so big. Like, all the champs they've played so far in this qualifier is not even close to all the champs they can play. So I really don't know what's going to come out, and I'm excited to see if they stick with mages or play to something else.
Well, perhaps we'll have to see, because one thing I do want to do is take a look at the caster predictions as well, to see what they thought about our matchups, and perhaps you can compare the exact same. Okay, there seems to be a trend going on here. Y'all let me know if you see the same thing I see.
Yeah, I mean, clearly Taco Gaming's just going to sweep the whole series.
Man, I did meet Taco recently. Really good guy. His team's not going to win. That's just straight up it, personally.
Oh, wait, you mean the Jake's Kittens Kingdom that's going on the third row there, actually?
Yeah, I like that Travis is the only person who's like, yeah, Cincinnati fear, baby, all the way. I respect you for being brave, brother, but you're not going to win on that.
I'm sorry, as an analyst of gaming, I have to applaud him, by the way. He's gone against the grain on both, winning as the lowest score. That's perfect, because if you go with them, you don't increase your win ratio against them. That is a smart man right there.
You know what? I respect it. That's probably also how you got a lot of your prediction score as well, considering how you're going against the grain consistently. So perhaps this time we keep it more consistent. How about that? But I think it is also right about time. Maybe so. But it's about time for us to go and put our predictions out as well. See how we compare. Let's start off with you.
So I've got 2-1 for 100 Thieves. I think they'll take it. I think they have the upper hand in this matchup, but I don't think it'll be a clean sweep.
Okay, respectable Veteran. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I mean, funny you should mention that, because as the prediction's about to show, I am actually going with the vast majority here. I'm going with 100 Thieves, though this has, not worked in the past as well.
It is understandable, yes. Not everybody can be correct, but I know my own prediction score. I've been pretty good at this stuff, so I think I gotta go for the 2-1 for 100 Thieves. I'm glad to be 100 across the board as of right now, so at least I can agree they're all pretty smart people. But the way it's looking so far, Taco Gaming is gonna need a lot more buffs than just the day of the week that's presented to themselves. And to break that all down for the cast, we do got my man Echo and Beatdown Boulevard. Let's get it.
Hey, yo, beat down. What do you say we show these people how we do it around here, huh?
Okay, all right.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome over to Academy. It's quarterfinals, baby. And I gotta say, Ravish did such an amazing job of introducing the others, and I felt a little
Not
jealous.
bad.
I felt
Yeah.
a little jealous. I'm not gonna lie. So I think we need to get our own little introductions going on here. I'm joined with the one and only, the toughest street in town. I've got Beat Down with me here today. What's going on, man?
Oh, we're chilling, Echo. You already know what it is. Nice hot day over here in Toronto, Ontario, and Canada. What about you, buddy? How you doing?
I'm over here in Maryland, man. It's nice outside right now, but
Okay.
I'm more of an indoor person anyway. I'm a league
gamer.
Come on now,
Yeah.
come on. And I echo KO. Well, veteran, he can have being EU itself. I'm NA and EU itself, baby. I'm a hybrid. I'm just built different. Bro. It is what it is.
You just constructed uniquely, bro. You're made unlike any other Echo. That's
Exactly.
the bit. That's exactly what I expect from my co-caster, and that's the energy we're bringing to today's broadcast here as we kick off quarterfinals, bro. How crazy is that?
No, it's absolutely crazy. It's been what, like a good 3 weeks. I feel like now it's all led up to this, and it's still going on after this. This is only the first step getting to the finals itself, and we already kind of the desk touched on a little bit, but 100 Thieves going up against Taco Gaming. Any initial thoughts you want to kind of weigh in on with?
I think they highlighted a good bit on the desk as well, and we saw it especially towards that 100 Thieves next. They're the favorites going into this one, I think for good reason. You got a lot of skilled players. I mean, this org, this specific amateur section of this org has been known for the last couple of years to just always be excelling, always performing at really high levels, no matter how many times they change the roster up. I don't even know. I've lost track of how many times how many different players have come and gone here. But 100 Thieves, they are really good when it comes to the talent development here. And they've shown that with this newest iteration of 100 Next as well. Taco Gaming, of course, they did manage to make it to the top 8, something to be very proud of. They do have a tough matchup ahead of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, something that has to be said, obviously, if you check the date, it is a Tuesday, which does mean that the Taco Tuesday buff is in effect. Do you think that's going to be enough, though, to take down 100 Thieves?
It's truthfully I'm with veteran on this one. I think it's gonna be a 2-0. I'm not gonna lie. I'm fingers crossing for another night of 3-game series, but I'm not so sure about this one. It's gonna be really tough, just considering again like how good 100 Next have been so far and how good they continue to perform. But who knows? Taco Gaming could come out and surprise us. Maybe I'm underestimating the Taco Gaming Taco Tuesday buff. Excuse me.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe. I mean, who's your hero for today is the question, really. Are you going for more of the kind of the easy, right? You've got Sniper in that top lane, or are you something else when it comes to 100 Thieves next?
So I think this time around, even though like Sniper's always somebody we want to be highlighting as someone who, I mean, really young player, ends up being as good as advertised when he first started playing in amateur last spring, or rather this spring, just a couple of months ago. Because of that, you do naturally want to highlight him, but I mean, a lot of people in this roster are really looking good. I think in this case in particular, we got to look towards Fnatic because he's a really strong jungler. I think he's spent a lot of time in amateur and has shown a lot of good early game pathing. So I think against Taco Gaming, who are very passive, play really slow in the early game, usually wait to scale in team fight. What ends up happening is that, I mean, against a team like 100 Next, you're just going to get rolled over in the early game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm getting right now that there might be a slight little delay here for 100X, and so that definitely would be a perfect way for me to actually I'm just gonna back out and not have to say anything, and that way I'm looking good. So we'll throw it to a quick break, and then when we're back, we should be getting ready for a draft of the first game here. Don't go anywhere. What's going on, everybody? Draft here. There we go.
It's us. Hello.
It's like Jeff gonna have to wait a little bit longer. I guess we're gonna be seeing our beautiful faces, but that's all good because there is a few things I feel that we should just touch on. That obviously we're gonna get to see when we get into draft as well. After we saw that promotional video beatdown, do you think there is any multiverse out here that we get to see Sniper's Riven tonight?
I think maybe. We could see there if the situation permits it. He's definitely played it a small handful, like 3 or 4 times, maybe if I'm remembering correctly. Who knows, man? The stars align. We could see that one come through. I mean, that's like one of the champs he's most known for. Yeah. It's just the whole familial thing. Like if you don't know by now, I don't know what you've been watching, but yeah, of course, General Sniper being Viper's younger brother. Like this is just a family of Riven one-trick players. And I mean, now Of course, he's expanded the champ pool, but it's always fun and exciting when he brings that out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my man is 15 years old. My man is leagues
young.
above me in League of Legends. Like that's actually that
Bro,
kinda
don't even bring us
hurts a
into
little
this,
bit.
man. Don't even bring us into this, man. Like, how old are you?
I am. I don't look it, but I'm actually 21.
Okay, see, but like that's what I mean. Like, don't even get started on me. But the whole point is like we're way older. He's already He's been challenger since he was like what 13.
God.
Like, just it's over, man. It's been over. We're not meant for this. That's why we're here on the mic.
Exactly. I don't need to have hands to cast. You know, I just need the face and the mouth, so it's all good.
Exactly.
Oh my god. We do are still waiting to get into draft, so I think it's just a bit more of a delay. I think we're throwing it right to a break actually again as we look to get things fixed here. Yeah, you hate to see it, but hey, you know, good things come to those who wait. All right, there we go. Hey, dude, that's nothing to see here. We've been here the whole time, of course. We're gonna try this, third time's the charm. So we're gonna try it again.
Exactly. So we're just where do we leave off, Echo? We were talking about chances of seeing Riven, General Sniper, very prominent, young, talented player, better than both of us, miles ahead, all of those things.
All the things that big just shed a little bit of a tear.
That's why the sunglasses are on for real.
Exactly.
You
They can't see me tearing up. Exactly.
Yeah.
I do. I'm curious. Obviously, pick your brain a little about who you're looking for over on 100 Thieves.
Okay.
Anyone over on Taco Gaming that you feel like is going to be stepping up to the plate today and taking this thing home with that Taco Tuesday buff active as well?
So the thing I think is going to be end up being most interesting is I look at the mid jungler for this team. I think City Witty is a player who's definitely been around the block, spent a lot of time here, and on this team, the way they play, City Witty is like this. And when I say Taco Gaming as a whole are a team where they like to play slow, they like to farm up scale. It's because that's what City Witty does. A lot of popular picks, often things you see banned against him, are things like Kindred, Graves, things where he can power farm and just become a menace later on. And I think that's the thing that if City Witty can get to those points in the game, and Taco Gaming overall, they do team fight pretty decently. And I think that's what you're hoping for. Get out of this early game without being too much into a deficit against someone like 100 Next. The problem is you're playing 100 Next, man. Play early game pretty damn well, especially with a jungler like Fnatic, who likes to make quick work of enemy laners.
Yeah, absolutely. And Fnatic also great at punishing mispositions, right? Great at invading. I mean, my man does it all, really. He's the one-trick wonder. He's got everything in the bag. But it all starts in the draft phase and stuff. So let's get right to it. Now we've got some fans getting ready to go out here as we are waiting for that first fan to come out here. 100 Thieves are going to be starting up on the blue side and taking Kindred right off the board. That surprise you at all?
No, it's this is it's the City Witty special. Things like that. The Kha'Zix's actually something he ended up pulling out last night against Supernova 2. It's just a lot of specific picks that he ends up performing really well on. And it's things like the Kindred that teams will just get rid of. Even 100X is like, yeah, that's fine. We're paying our respects. Get it off my screen. Not interested in seeing it. And the the Wukong ban is definitely a interesting one too from Taco Gaming. Usually people let that one go through, but it is like probably one of the strongest junglers on the patch.
Oh, definitely. And on Fnatic as well. I had the pleasure of actually casting when 100 Thieves went up against DK Crew and they were pulling out the Wukong there. The synergy that they had in those comps, I forget who else they picked, but my God, it was terrifying to say the absolutes. Fnatic was making quick work. He was setting things up. He was knocking them down, and my man was a bit of a menace on the Wukong. So I'm not really surprised there, as we also see the Lucian getting taken off the board and the Lulu as well following suit.
Makes a lot of sense. I mean, Gorka is another player on Taco Gaming. I think when it comes to later game, team fighting, he's a player we kind of praise as being very good at those parts of the game. So getting rid of things from Rovex like the Lulu and the Karma, making sure the shielding can't come through, making sure you can't support players like City Witty, Gorka, who both played the marksman into the late game, makes a lot of sense.
Oh, and the Callista being actually taken off the board here by Taco Gaming against 100 Thieves next. I'm obviously a little bit surprised by that. Should I be, or is this like, you know, pretty form?
I think it's because we might see you're getting rid of a lot of the strong early game AD carries. So I'm wondering if it's because Taco Gaming are setting up for like a safe lane, something like an Ezreal, or maybe they want to pick Kog'Maw, but the usual enchanters aren't available. So you want to take away some of the really strong bot lane bullies that are up on the table. So I think the thing that is most interesting is that, I mean, we see the Graves. They ban the Kindred. They take away the Graves, certainly going to go in Fnatic's hands. And it's looking like he's the one who's going for this more farming style jungle.
Yeah, definitely. All right, the Senna being brought out here. I would assume maybe a Tom Kench is soon to follow. Oh, we're actually going to lock in the Victor here. Okay. Ayakura.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense. You just grab the Victor right away. Really strong. And you can just pick the Tom Kench on 3. It's Senna Tom Kench is usually the big pairing. You don't see it used as often, like once upon a time with Aphelios, and I doubt 100X are going to be looking to go down that route. So I'd like the prioritization over the mid lane pick there. As we see Lens pick the Jinx up. Okay, there it is. They yoink it.
Oh, they straight up snatched it. They're like, you're not getting this pick. Sorry, we're going to be taking this one. Also picking up the Jinx, an ADC who I feel like meta-wise we have seen kind of taking a step back, not necessarily falling off, but just taking a step back in comparison to how we really had before this been seeing that B1 pick always. It's like, if you don't pick her, you ban her. If you don't ban her, you pick her.
Yeah, nowadays, the hyper carry is still definitely good, especially with the new, with the durability update and things like that. Jinx is perfectly fine. Lens had a great performance last week, actually, on the pick against Maryville in that game, too, where he managed to scale up in what looked like a Doom scenario. So taking the Tom Kench away means that, one, you don't get that great pairing with the Senna, and you also do still have a lot of that safety in team fights and being able to kind of take care of the fact that someone like Jinx is very immobile. And the fact that Jinx can be jumped on top of if you go for these hard engage style drafts. So you do have a bit of a get out of jail free card with the Devour.
Yeah, definitely. With the Soraka being picked up as well by Taco Gaming, one of those that's going to be an absolute priority to be focusing, because those heals that come out are devastating, to say the absolute least. If you're going up against or dishing out like 200, 300 HP heals, and it's like you can't kill anyone on Taco Gaming if you don't take out that Soraka first.
Yeah, and wow, they're really digging deep in the jungle pool there. 100X is taking out Kha'Zix, they're taking out the Olaf, making sure City Witty, well, he doesn't get his first few picks of champions. So it's the Kayn that I haven't seen from him so far in this tournament, and it's going to be an interesting one. But this one is tough because you have a bot lane that most likely not going to get pushed. You have a mid lane, okay, because they're playing into the Kassadin, Victor should have an easier time getting pushed. So at least you'll have some freedom to be able to kind of move around the map and fight for some of these scuttle crabs. Because right now in the early game, Kane's not doing a whole lot.
True. Had to dig deep into that jungle repertoire there, taking out the Kane. So I'm very curious to see that the Tristana mid actually going into Ayakura here into
what?
Yeah. I'm
Wait, it's a
Victor
surprised. Top.
It's oh my, what?
I mean, it exists. It's a thing, especially when First Strike came out. You saw some people were trying this in solo queue. And I mean, realistically, you do have range on someone like GP. I've never seen this matchup ever, and I have no clue how it's going to play out. But if you get through the early laning phase, I think Taco Gaming, this is what they usually do. This is how they draft. It's about mid to late game, getting these 2-3 item spikes and then winning out in team fights. Because if you look across the board, you got 2 marksmen, you have Kayn, you have Victor. A lot of damage is going to come through here, and that ends up kind of being unlucky for Darkwing, because you pick the Kassadin thinking like, oh, when you're into mage matchups, as time goes on, it's pretty good for you. But playing it into the Tristana, Darkwings is getting smoked in the early game.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're not even going to waste any time. Why talk about it when we can see it in action? And with that, we're going right on to the Rift game number 1 of the quarterfinals here. 100 Thieves are going to be butting heads with Taco Gaming. And I'm excited to say the absolute.
I'm excited to echo. 100 next. One of the teams we favor to win the tournament against Taco Gaming, team that's definitely made waves in the amateur scene this year. Haven't quite been able to go the distance. Beating a team like 100 next, let me tell you, will be a great step.
Oh yeah. I mean, not only that, right? They are the returning champions as well, right? So it's like
That's true.
There's a lot on the line for 100 Thieves, and same for Taco Gaming. Like an absolutely huge upset if they manage to take them down here. They're like, yeah, we got the Kingslayer. You know how it be. We got that 300
Yeah.
XP from it. Who's gonna take us out next?
That would be something. That would be something. But we're not gonna get too deep into that as we're just getting into game 1 here. I think the thing I'm most interested in is the fact that there's a couple things going on here. 100 next. So with 100 next, they are in a pretty decent position in the early game. Like, you don't have a lot of CC on both sides, funny enough. It's just a lot of damage and scaling. But I got to imagine Fnatic is going to have an easier time in the early game going for these ganks. Because we talked about it. City Witty, not the player, playing for his laners a lot of the time. He's going to just be power farming, especially on a pick like the Kane. So Fnatic is going to be looking for these ganks, going to be looking for these invade opportunities, and make it so that City Witty can't get, and the rest of Taco Gaming as a whole can't get to that late game where they want to be.
Yeah, Sniper already looking to establish some dominance here on the top lane, but Eclipse is like, hey, I'm not going to be taking that abuse for free. Hit him with the thumbs up too. He's like, yeah, you tried something, it didn't work out. What's plan number 2?
I mean, I did manage to deny a little bit of CS from Eclipse, but beyond that, yeah, losing out in the health war, that's definitely an interesting one. I mean, Victor, we know, the champion who has pretty good wave clear. Once you get that laser evolved, once you get a little itemization under your belt. But top lane is a very long lane, and Victor's as a champion is one we know is very immobile, so wait a second.
Oh my god, Sword with a knock-up and the Ignite as well, though not quite going to find anything there. Now Gorica looking to punish that engagement. Going to get quite a bit of damage onto Lens, but overall, nothing quite coming out of it. They do manage to burn Rovex's flash, though, so that might be huge down the line. Oh, another knock-up, though, and they're going to burn the heal as well, but Lens having to heal himself. Gorica does do a lot of damage, though, and so overall, going to still go even.
Yeah, you're still getting summoner spells out of the TG bot lane, and it is a good punish. Like, they're not respecting the fact that you're going to get level 2 first. You get on top of them, and that's something that Fnatic can take advantage of in the coming minutes, now that Rovex doesn't have flash available here. I mean, you look across at the rest of the map, Dark Wings, down in CS, pressured in this matchup, very expected. You're looking for this Kassadin to get to the late parts of the game. You know, it's the level 11 onward where you really start to see this champion excel, and it will be hard for anybody to actually deal with this Kassadin sideways, because I mean, everyone on Taco Gaming, they're pretty squishy.
Yep, Sword does need to be careful to get rooted and silence as well. Fnatic is going to have to do its best to push them away so they don't try to get that kill on Sword. It will be successful. It is going to take a bit of damage himself, though, but overall, not going to find too much. City Witty, oh, does he know? He does indeed.
Oh, he
trying to
can't
find Sniper here, but oh, the orange. A lot of healing coming out, and that will keep Sniper in the fight for now. Not going to go down just yet.
I think it looks like City canceled a couple autos there, which is super unlucky, and the timer means that he isn't able to do a whole lot with it. I think the thing so far, both jungles made an attempt, haven't been able to do much, but it hasn't really impacted their clear. Of course, City Witty full clears will be back on the map. Still be a bit before we see this Kane do very much of anything, and I'm just looking for Fnatic to continue looking for these gank angles, trying to punish summoners being down, trying to find whatever advantages he can for 100 Thieves next.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I definitely got to touch on Dark Wings, right? Does have that level 16 kind of death timer on, and when you look at him, it's like you don't want to be reaching that point. And same with City Witty. I'm assuming going Conqueror, he's probably going to want to get that red form Kane going on. We talked about how they didn't have as much CC, so getting that knock up from the Q would definitely help out quite a bit, and just the immense amount of healing. But then you look at, obviously, the members of 100 Thieves next, and there's definitely some range in there, and so it's going to be really tricky for him to get that form right away, I feel like.
It's that plus the peel that Sword is offering here for Lens with the Tom Cannons. Like we talked about it in Champ Select, you're wanting to get rid of this Jinx. That's the big thing here in 100 Nexus composition. And if you use everything you have to try and take down Lens, the Devour ends up saving him, you're not left with much when it comes to team fighting, especially with the few team fight tools that they have by way of like ultimates and things like that. So that's what Taco Gaming want to be doing here. They do find a good angle. steal Fnatic's Raptors, whatever farm lead City Witty's going to be able to get, I think will be very valuable as long as things continue to go slow like this.
Yeah, and obviously we talked about, right, 100 Thieves do have a pretty solid early game, but obviously shine more towards that mid and late. Do you think we're going to be seeing a lot of sort of hot fighting going on here for these first couple of neutral objectives, or do we maybe see one team just kind of, you know, just give it over and they'll get their money up later on?
It's hard to say because both of these teams are really just looking to slow it down, farm to scale. I got to imagine, because you have that pushing bot lane when it comes to getting Dragon or setting up first for the Rift Herald. I'm favoring 100 Thieves next in that regard. You're going to be able to get Sword moving around the map a lot sooner than Rovex. And I mean, we're already seeing that example come through, or not the Rovex, rather than Gorka. He is playing the Senna, and because of that already, Sword is here to help cover Fnatic grab the Scuttle Crab, and that's just more pressure across the rest of the map.
Absolutely. Clips realizing he's looking to shove that wave in here. Definitely needs to be careful, but City Witty is there as well. Doing well, though, in this mid lane. Sword getting poked out a little bit there, but not enough damage coming out of Gorka just yet. Still needs to get some more of those souls before he starts hitting hard. Fnatic, though, might have just taken the blast going into a bad spot in that top lane as well. We see the ultimate coming out from Sniper. Fnatic in a bit of a trade here with City Witty, looking to find something. The Conqueror has been procced, and so the healing will definitely come down. The rest of the team looking to move forward, though.
Dark
this
Wings
might
is
just
here.
be huge. Dark Wings is here, indeed. He's there, he's square, and he's getting first blood as well, and that's going to be absolutely huge. Looking to find something else but the rocket jump. Going to get Ayagura out of harm's way just in time.
There it is. Forget level 11. Dark Wings from level 6 is able to have that impact. Really nice move. And again, Taco Gaming getting a little too deep into that one, especially because you know Sword is already in the area. You know the CC damage he's going to be able to put off here, and ends up being first blood for the castle win. That's the big thing you love to see if you're 100x or a fan, because now you accelerate this pick that isn't supposed to come online until later on into the game. And I mean, in the process, Lens is just, who was another big late game tool, just very happily farming away in that bottom lane. Because, I mean, let's be real, Echo, you're laning against a Soraka, you're CSing just fine.
Yeah, if not, that's a worse.
That's a red flag.
Yeah, that's definitely a red flag. And with that call as well, definitely wants to get that farm in as soon as possible. And so now, Sword, not quite sure if he wants to roam off just yet, but not really seeing too many opportunities. So maybe we see something going down here, but with his wave being crashed in, I don't feel it too likely.
Probably not. I mean, now we're getting to that point where you want to be trying to set up for a rotation over onto Rift Herald. You already see the question mark pings coming through. It's probably Fnatic looking to finish clearing bot side and move his way down there. Could very well make an appearance in that bottom lane. All summoners are back up for TG's bot lane, but still, I mean, getting pressure for Lens so they can shove in that next wave. Getting a kill onto either Lens or Fnatic. Still really high value. Something 100 Thieves next could be looking to do.
Yep, and already we're seeing the freeze coming out here into this bot lane. They're trying to force some overextend to come out, but nothing frank's going to come out of it just yet. City Witty, meanwhile, we're in that top side, and so I'm curious if maybe we see maybe a trade coming out here for these two first objectives with Fnatic in this bot lane, but only time really will be able to tell.
Right, the ward did spot out City Witty. We know Taco is on this top side of the map here. Sniper's already getting the warning that he is alone in what could be a 1v2 coming up very, very soon. But we're already seeing it. Because of that potential freeze coming through, Gorka, Rovex, they recall. You see them... at first, it looked like Gorka was going to the mid-wave, but that trade of objectives that you highlighted, Echo, is looking like 100 next are actually going to go for here. Easy priority over the Dragon. So 100 Thieves next, very happy to let that one go in exchange for first Rift Herald.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, obviously, there's always going to be that opportunity where the Rift Herald gets placed, but you just get nothing out of it if you don't put it in an opportune spot. Dark Wings actually looking to apply some kind of pressure here, but unfortunately, is still going to have to forfeit that eye over to City Witty. And so now it's only a matter of time before City Witty places it down into one of these lanes. And right now, I would say that Eclipse is looking like the prime candidate.
It could very well be. Eclipse has had so much pressure in this top lane. You can see that CS lead start to build, and the plates he's already been able to grab for himself here. He has a good recall timer. No Herald will be dropped yet. And City Witty, I mean, so far, he's keeping even in farm with Fnatic. Very happily just full clearing back and forth, with the exception of a few skirmishes coming through here. So at this point, it's just about where he's going to be able to go ahead and drop this Rift Herald. I mean, you could... I think top ends up looking like one of your best chances. Bot is also really good too if you can catch Lens and Sword pushed up a little too far.
Definitely. And so far, Lens and Sword are moving up ever so slightly. See City Witty now looking to clear those bot camps. Abyssal Dive not quite going to land, though, onto Gorica here. And so Sword is going to have to wander off in defeat. He's just got to waddle off, dude. He's too slow, though. Gorica just gets those free hits on him.
Yeah, the beauty of range, we're seeing it right there. Of course, jungle's a lane gang coming through from Fnatic.
Eclipse, I think he
No
senses
flash.
something, though. Yeah, indeed. Does kind of sense something is up. Look at that. Doesn't even want to step up to that wave. He's like, there is no universe where Sniper is letting me get this farm without any sort of punishment. And he would definitely be right. But look at that. The patience coming out. They are waiting for that pristine opportunity. And they might have just found it here. The ultimate coming out as well for the slow. The thumbs up gets dropped. And the collateral damage will seal Eclipse's fate.
Really nice patience. Of course, Eclipse was going to have to move up as the lane was moving, but that means look at the play bot.
Oh, speaking of moving, City Witty looking to put him in the dirt, but the Devourer does come out. It's actually going to save Lens' life, that huge shield. Maybe they find something there. The Rocket is not going to find its mark, and too many heals coming out from Rovex as well is going to keep Gorica and Rovex in that fight.
Yeah, that was a good move coming through from Taco Gaming. As soon as you see that Fnatic's in that top side of the map, it's an easy setup to try and make the dive happen bot, but oh, wait a minute.
Oh, the silence field! That was huge! Stopping the Abyssal Dive in its track. The heal does come out, follow the heal, but it doesn't matter! Lens is too good! Does eventually go down into the hands of Rovex, and now it's support beats support. Meanwhile, in this top lane, though, you do have Fnatic here, going up against City Witty. Getting dropped, actually going for that blue form Kane, and so can he find that kill? Fnatic, he's trying to bob and weave, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to go down to the hands of City Witty.
It ends up being close, but that is the 1v1 in favor of City Witty. So much going on right now, though. I mean, the Jinx going 1-for-1 in the bot lane, especially Jinx getting the kill in Soraka, like, you're real happy about that one if you're 100 Thieves next. And even though you lose Fnatic on this side of the map, overall, not a big deal, especially with City Witty. Actually, both City Witty and Eclipse using their ultimates. There's no real danger of diving Sniper. It's just drop the Herald, get some plates onto Eclipse and City Witty here, and you're just happy trying to narrow the gold lead that 100 Thieves next have gotten for themselves.
Yep, and getting ever so closer to it now, only at about a 1k gold lead, and so things are definitely looking up for Taco Gaming right now in this early game.
They've been definitely getting a lot of what they wanted here. Now City Witty has gotten his form at a decent time. You see their laners. Overall, everybody's going even except for on the bot lane. That's the big thorn in Taco Gaming's side, because you see like how they want to be trying to play these team fights and how they want to play for the scaling game. That's what we know them to do. That's what they drafted for here. But Lens able to get such a big lead, and we're seeing examples of how Sword is able to protect him. That's not going to be enough for Taco Gaming when it comes to actually fighting around these neutral objectives.
Yeah, definitely. Lens trying to stick around to get those last 3 minions for his call. Trying to find something that the minions is not low enough to say Gorica and Rovex don't want to let that happen. They're holding down this wave as much as possible, but Lens will stay true to the cause. No, the zap. Not quite going to get that minion, but for now, nothing really going to go down. Yeah, looks like Lens might just wait for the wave to come to him.
Yeah, I mean, in the 2v1, don't really want to be messing around with that one, so it makes a lot of sense. I mean, now we're just looking at around 30 seconds until this next dragon comes through, and 100 Thieves, you already picked up that first one. So they more than ready to start stacking towards a potential dragon soul. But of course, because their bot lane has been getting pushed, their mid lane has been mostly getting pushed, it's easy for them to get that first move into the river and set up little plays like what City Witty is going for at this exact moment. But it's not going to be that simple for securing the dragon. 100 Thieves next, again, still in a pretty strong spot. You're seeing mythics come through almost across the board. So they certainly can fight for this dragon.
Yeah, and not only that, you look at the TP as well. The TP advantage coming out from Sniper, right? Eclipse doesn't have it. Must use it early to get back into lane. But Sniper, meanwhile, does have it stacked up. So as soon as they really need the help, they can call him down. Trying to get some poke out here, though. Darkwing's with that Null Sphere, and now the dragon has been started up, and they don't even need Sniper. They're like, hey, yo, man, get that farm up top. We got this over here. So dive coming out from Sword here. Does get silenced. Looking to find something. Not quite going to get anything just yet, though. Ooh, maybe they go for Darkwings here, though, actually. Rocket jump over that wall.
Okay.
Nah, gonna let him leave. They're not gonna be able to catch up to him.
Yeah, he's got the Rift Walk. Like, he's walking away from this one, Echo. Let's be real. That's really good for 100 Thieves next. Like, you have the strength at the moment here. You used your range. You start throwing out some damage, throwing your weight around a bit to make it harder. Oh, wait a minute.
Ooh, speaking of harder, they're going to try and make it harder for Darkwings to find anything here. And down he goes, beat down right into the hands of Ayakura. They saw the opportunity and they took it. And speaking of taking, they're also going to be taking this bot tier 1. Nothing that City Witty can do but watch as it crumbles and falls.
Yeah, that's the thing though. You commit a lot mid, and what does that mean? Fnatic has that opportunity to move bot lane and help secure the first turret of the game. That is a lot of bonus gold. You will trade it for the mid tier 1, of course, as well, because Darkwings is still on respawn. So it ends up being a pretty positive play for Taco Gaming, but they still find themselves a little behind. And and another thing is gold allocation. Who's picking up gold here? You're getting gold on people like Ayakura, who's going to be a big damage dealer. City Witty, those are the people on this squad who are looking to really excel in the game of these team fights, especially for Ayakura, who's trying to get some of these jump resets going on here. And 100 next, we look at Lens. I mean, Lens is still in a good spot. And like, he hasn't been part of very many fights, but like, we always got to talk about the Jinx when there's some kind of lead forming here. And Lens is in a really strong spot. You already see Mythic coming through. He's on pace with pretty much everybody else on the Rift, if not slightly ahead when you look at itemization. And that's why it's so easy for 100 next to move right up and shift over to this Rift Herald too.
Yeah, exactly. Going to be grabbing that. No contest whatsoever. They have Darkwings in that bot side as well, shoving that wave. Going to force someone to answer that. We saw City Witty trying to find something here, seeing if he gets some kind of cheeky steal going, but is not going to get it. And so it'll just go into the hands of Fnatic. And like you were saying, right, that itemization difference here for Lens is meaning that he's coming on online ever so slightly. 148 farm. He's sitting good right now. He's got that call already maxed out. That extra gold in his pocket. He's feeling good right now.
He should be. You look across the map too, 100 next, in pretty decent positions here. It hasn't been very much full 5-on-5 team fighting yet. We just had skirmishes here, 2v1s there. But when it comes to those 5v5s, 100 next still in a good spot in my opinion, because we're starting to see how much damage Lens can really do. And you're looking at people like City Witty to be able to get on top of Lens, maybe Ayakura too, to be able to just burst them down and keep them out of this fight, because Taco Gaming has a lot of threats, but 100 next, they also have a handful of threats, but you're really looking at Lens here in these team fights. And if you get him out of the picture, Taco Gaming have their way to win.
Yeah, that dreaded reset. If that comes out for Lens, that could spell absolute disaster for the side of Taco Gaming. And I feel like that's also why we're seeing City Witty going for this Blue King Bruiser build, right, with the Conqueror, with the Gore Drinker, just in case anything does go wrong. He could still get on top of Lens. Doesn't have to worry about just getting absolutely one pop by the side of 100 Thieves next.
Oh, wait a minute.
Ooh, sword, though, over the wall, looking for something. Eclipse in a bit of a bad spot. Drops the gravity field, but it's not going to be enough. Still on his tail. The Devourer comes out into the choppers as well. So much CC coming up with a lot of damage. Goes gold. You see the gameplay ultimately coming down. Gonna go wide, and now Eclipse in the 1v3. He's fighting for his life. Run, Eclipse, run! No, it's still gonna go down. Nothing he can do. Tried his best, put up a good fight, but at the end of the day, it's not gonna be enough.
And nothing's traded across the map here for Taco Gaming. And it's perfect for Fnatic, who can just drop that Rift Herald if he so chooses in the top lane. And you're seeing the example again, Sword having that impact all across the map so far on this Tahm Kench. As soon as you fully stack that passive, it's so easy to set it up for Lens. Even though he tried to buy time with the stopwatch, the rest of the team, mainly Fnatic, was in the area to help finish things off.
Yeah, but right there, we're seeing actually that damage that does come out from Eclipse, right? I mean, almost managed to get that one pop onto Lens, missing a little bit of that damage needed, but at the end of the day, it does kind of show you that you cannot count Eclipse out, even being 0-3 right now.
No, yeah, Eclipse has definitely received a lot of attention in the top lane, and it's because of that vulnerability that Victor shows, and now that Eclipse doesn't have Flash, that same thing is going to prove true here, Echo, because again, like Victor isn't the most effective of side laners for that reason. He's gonna have a lot of damage and pretty good dueling capabilities, but you bring a few people up to deal with him, especially now that he doesn't have Flash. He's gonna be a lot of trouble.
They just read your mind, man, because they're sending everything they got. So much damage coming out. Fnatic, you can't do that to him, man. They take him out, and look at these timers beat down. Drag is live. Baron is up in 11 seconds as well, and so I'm really curious to see what 100 Thieves are going to do next, and they're looking to maybe find some kind of a kill. See Ripto getting spawned in that top lane, and so they're going to push out this top wave as hard as possible. Do you think that we see 100 Thieves next take both of these objectives on the map? Well, I say that, and I'm proven wrong. So I guess it's only Baron.
And as soon as Fnatic shows topside, like that's the go button for Taco Gaming. They're like, oh, okay, we can end up getting the dragon for ourselves. And I like that call because you already have so much pressure picking up those 2 early drakes. Third one ends up being very important for Taco Gaming. So instead of matching it, trying to brute force the Soul Point, they say, we have Rift Herald. Let's go top, make a play onto this flashless Victor, and then just continue to get gold in exchange for these dragons. Now their gold lead is ballooned up to about 4,000. Rift Herald gets a lot of value, and honestly, you don't care that Taco Gaming got a dragon. It was important for them, less so for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that also just being their first drag, nowhere near getting close to soul points just yet. So 100 Thieves, they will take that. I'm curious, do you think we see a team fight breaking down here for this Baron? Or do you think that 100 Thieves are going to look to just find themselves a pick first rather than try to just bait them in?
At this point, first thing you want to be doing is taking down this mid-tier 1 turret, and that's the thing. You have this bot lane slowly pushing. You have side lanes more or less in your favor at the moment.
Yeah,
so you can rotate.
Looking for more. The Humble Trespass gets dropped with the ultimate as well. So close to dying. Ayakura is going to be able to get out of that one. So close indeed. So many low health bars. Not quite finding anything though. City Witty, maybe looking to find something here. Going to hop over that wall. Has that lens. So he does know that sword is there. But overall, not going to find anything. My God, that was close for both Lens and Ayakura.
This is kind of a good spot to be in right now for Taco because they have the Soraka. They have a lot of healing going through here. They have 2 marksmen and a Victor. They can go ahead and start this Baron right here and now. It's Lens who had to back, has no teleport, but they actually don't want to go for it. It looks like they're just going to end up backing up. They get no teleports in for their troubles, and they're actually just going to back right off.
Yeah. Got a little spooked there, didn't want to risk anything just yet. And you know what, respectable, right? You're in this position right now where you're definitely you're holding on, right? You got a bit of a mountain to climb, and you definitely don't want to throw yourself off the side of it by just, flipping the Baron and then losing it.
That would be a little
like
unfortunate. Yeah, it would be
just
pretty
a little.
bad. Just a little bad. So it's not the opening that they may be looking for, but it could have worked out for them. Instead, they're going to back off, not want to take any chances, and I think the next thing we'll probably see is either a fight because 100 Next are going to try and bait them with Baron, or it is Taco Gaming trying to set up, pick up their second Drake. Because now we're 2.5 minutes away from another Drake, and that will be 100 Next Soul Point, even though they gave up the last one here. So 100 Next is still in a really good position. It's TG who have to resort to plays like these to try and catch up.
Yep, indeed. And there's that priority onto Lens, right? They see him. They are waiting to try and find something. Doesn't quite get what they were looking for, though. Lens is going to get out of that one safely. But definitely does show that they need to be careful. Taco Gaming always looking for those opportunities, and they might have just found one here in this top side. Darkwings, though, with the Everfrost to try and slow him down. Incredibly low. We see the Rift Walker. Is he going to get out of this one? It's not looking too good for him. The Umbral Trespass does land, and he comes out of the body swinging, taking down Darkwings. And maybe that's the go button for the Baron. You never know.
It's tough. Yeah, Darkwings is 35 seconds on the mid laner of 100 Next. The vision isn't even there. They're not in the perfect spot yet. Now, though, collapsing on this mid lane, if they're able to take someone down like Lens, like Fnatic, then I think you are feeling really good about the Baron. Apparently, they're feeling good about it now.
Yep, it seems so. They spotted right sniper in that bot side, and so they ultimately try to go for it. We do see the Cannon Barrage coming out, though. A lot of health bars getting low just because of that. City Witty is kind of isolated from his team right now. So is Robin. Oh, a huge rocket landing from Lens, and there's the dreaded reset we talked about. Looking to find Ayakura here as well. Down he goes. That's 2 off the board, baby. Looking for the third here. Boom, they get the reset. It's Reset City, and Taco Gaming's time is over. Down goes Rovex as well, and there's 100 Thieves is taking for the Baron instead. Thanks for the leash, baby.
Such a dangerous fight for Taco Gaming, and rightly punished there. And that, again, Lens is someone you got to be taking out of the picture in these situations. But no, he's able to reset. He's able to get all this damage down, and that's the Baron further cementing 100 Thieves lead, and you're going to see it in this replay. Lens is chilling. He's actually, because of the Cannon Barrage and the slow, is able to apply pressure to some Rovex, uses his own health to heal. And because City Witty gets picked off, that's the first reset you need, because he goes in a little too deep. He goes in split. Unless you full commit onto this Jinx, you can't with Umbral Trespass. There isn't a whole lot you're actually going to be able to do. So City Witty showing himself there ends up being the start of what ended up being a pretty catastrophic fight for Taco Gaming.
Yeah, we talked about how you don't want to flip that Baron and lose it to the side of 100 Thieves.
Yeah.
And kind of exactly what happened, and now we're going to be seeing the repercussions of it, and with this dragon up as well. I don't know if Taco Gaming can honestly run the risk of trying to get it, because look, their mid lane is just being shoved in. We see the ultimate coming out from Lens, not quite going to find the damage they need because the heals coming out from Rovex. Oh my god, that is so much damage. Those barrels hit like it's. Oh my god, what?
Wait, what?
Yo!
Did he just ghost barrel him?
Where did Gorica go? He's gone. It's like he was never even there.
I hope we get to replay that one. That one, I gotta see that one again. But now,
For real.
100 next, they're just trying to put Taco Gaming to bed here in game 1. They're pushing forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Citywitty trying to find anything, any morsel of damage, but can't quite find it here. Not too many minions though, and so 100 Thieves next are gonna opt to go ahead and back off. Citywitty wants to get on top of Lens. He's trying to look for the opportunity, but just can't find it. Too much peel coming out from both Sword and Sniper. Maybe the re-engage though. Actually, they left Lens alone. That's exactly what you don't want to do. But the Devourer comes out, and now Citywitty in a terrible spot.
He goes
and,
back in.
The ultimate does come out from Rolex, but it's not enough. First reset there onto Lens, and now they're looking to run into the base once again. Ultimately, though, not quite gonna find anything. We get stopped by the chains. Darkwing is here. We see the Super Mega Devil coming out.
Oh,
no, just barely gonna miss it. A double flash. Indeed, they are sending it into the base. Darkwing's looking for anything, though. It's gonna go down to the hands of Ayakura, though. Trying to find something more. A lot of heals coming out, actually. But Lens has the reset from the turret, and he's gonna be running them into their own base.
And this one is a bloody one. It is a scrappy one, but 100X, they still walk away happy because with their Baron buff, they've gotten so much bonus gold. The mid inhibitor is now out of the picture, and because they're at soul point, that they're going to be supers pushing this mid lane that someone on Taco will have to answer up until when this dragon is going to spawn. And that's the big win con that you're trying to deny as Taco Gaming. You can't let that next dragon go through. You're in a tough spot.
Yeah,
as we're gonna see. Okay, so we are gonna see the replay. Oh yeah.
Oh no. Oh no, the barrel. Run, don't get hit. No, boom. Just gets absolutely annihilated. Oh my god, rest in peace. Gorka saying, yeah, we gotta go next.
Sniper, everyone. This is what we've been talking about. This kid's got hands.
For real though, the barrel's got damage. It absolutely is there. We saw that. My God! But overall, right now that the Baron buff has been depleted, we're going to a bit of more normalized state here. We've got Lens pushing down to that bot lane to take out that wave, and the question really is, Taco Gaming, what's the move here, man? How do they get back into this?
Honestly, this one is tough.
Never a good sign when you start with the sigh, right?
The
YouTuber apology sigh. You know, it's like you're not in a good spot at all.
This is how you do it, though.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Darkwing's though, they're trying to find something onto him. Need a little bit more damage to get it done, though. Darkwing's Rift making around them, though. Goes gold, trying to buy Sniper some time to find the kill. Their collateral damage gets dropped. Not gonna find enough. Super Mega Death Rocket goes wide as well, and so Sniper is there to protect his boy. But who protects Sniper? It's gonna be the one and only Fnatic, though. Ayakura goes down instead. Fnatic trying to find something here, but definitely doesn't. Be careful. Missile dive coming in though from Sword into the back line here. Can't quite get the tongue lash though onto Rovex. They need to take him out if they don't want these absurd heals coming through.
Teleporting.
The TP in the top lane as well, and they are looking to just hunt them down. It doesn't matter where you run, Taco Gaming. It ain't Taco Tuesday no more around here. They're getting collapsed on, and they're getting absolutely decimated. Down goes Gorica. Down goes Rovex. Things ain't looking good for Taco Gaming right now.
And that's rough. And like to Ayakura's credit, she's pretty strong at the moment there, but ends up rocket jumping into just one too many members of 100X side, and they know when to just keep it going. Echo, it just doesn't stop for 100 Thieves next. Citywitty, you can't flash fast enough, and now with these spawn timers, they can just look to close it out.
Yep, they are looking to indeed. There we go. That inhibitor is down. That's 2 off the board already. They're looking to get these next turrets as well. Ayakura trying to do his best to put up a fight, but it doesn't even matter. Has to rocket jump to the base. First Nexus turret goes down. Second should be soon to follow with these resets following as well. Gorica trying his best. A lot of low health bars on the side of 100 Thieves next. They're going to definitely look for something here. They do manage to push them out of the base, but you got no turrets left on the map except that bot tier 3. And so it kind of feels like Taco's Gaming time is numbered.
At this point, 100X, 12k up. Just 3 items on some very key members of their team. This has just been brutal so far in game 1. And this is what we've been highlighting. Taco Gaming, you have a lot of healing with things like Soraka. You have a lot of damage scaling as time goes on, but 100 Thieves in this early game able to be more proactive. Now it just doesn't matter how good the scaling is.
Indeed, it does not. Sniper actually, though, they take him considerably low and does have to back off. They trying to find these picks with Baron up in 5 seconds as well. That would have been so huge if they managed to get that Dragon up in 48 seconds as well. And so a lot of objectives up on the map, and we see 100 Thieves next. They're like, you know what, y'all can have the Dragon if you want. We're just gonna get this Baron and just end. And oh my god, they're just shredding through it. Jesus.
This is a 3.5 item Jinx, and Lens is doing damage. It means it's going to be easily secured Baron, so much so that you can have both. Echo, you can take the Baron, you can go for Dragon if you want to, but I think what you said first was right. On our next, they can look to end the game right here and now. They can just walk it down mid, nice and slow, and take us to game 2.
Yeah, 100 Thieves, right? They can have their cake and eat it, but hey, they on a diet, it seems, and so they're not going to be taking that drag as well, and just going to march straight into the base of Taco Gaming. And this is it. The final defense will be coming out here. You've got the Baron-empowered super minions. You've got the whole squad here. You've got the barrels. Not going to find anything just yet, but they're looking to find that first kill. Lens with the resets. Lens grabbing 2 there. Looking big, though. Actually, the Devour huge coming out last second here. They're going to run City with it out of his own base. Double kill coming out. Lens finding so much damage, getting the triple kill as well. And down goes Eclipse 2. Not quite going to give him the quad, but just take the kill, take the Nexus, take the base, and take game number 1.
And they end that one with a 15,000 gold lead. Echo. Really dominating performance coming out from one of the expected best teams in this tournament here. 100X. They had a little time off, winning their first match last week. Now, they're just looking to continue that momentum forward. They're not even a bit of rust on them, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like this was textbook 100 Thieves, really. They were absolutely stomping it in the early, stomping it in the mid, stomping it in the late. Not to say Taco Gaming didn't put up a great fight. We definitely saw some really good looks coming out from them, right? They understood the assignment, right? They realized they had to get those picks. They needed to get those plays in. They still failed the test at the end of the day, but they're not out yet. They still have, you know, another game to come into, and so I'm more excited to see what's going on now that Taco Gaming has realized, like, you know, it's Taco Tuesday, but it's not going to be that easy.
It's not, and we saw this is kind of the problem that we were worried about going into the series for Taco Gaming. The fact that you want to play this slow, controlled early game where you just pick to scale, and we saw it looking across the entire board, like even running something like Victor in the top lane for Eclipse. Like, you want to scale, you want to play for later, but you don't have a lot of early game agency, and we worried about them falling behind. And that's exactly what happened, man. They end up 100 next looking for play after play, and not every one of them worked, but they kept on the pressure. And as a result of that, they got an insane gold lead that the scaling from Taco never mattered.
It's a shame to say that, absolutely, but I still have faith in Taco Gaming. They've got a lot still to show us. Yeah, you know, hey, you gotta root for the underdogs a little bit, right? It's like it's not over till it's over. I really want to see Ayakura as well. Like, we didn't get to see so much from her, unfortunately, this time around, right? We really were just kind of focusing, I feel like, on that bot on the top, a little bit in the jungle here and there, but still got some time going, and so I'm curious to see what the desk has to say about it. So we'll throw it to a quick break, and then we'll toss it on over to the desk. Oh, we're going straight to the desk. Why take a break when we just get the thoughts on it? Let's throw it over to the desk. Ravish, take it away, bro.